Today is the second half of a two-part simulation where I simulated 20 years in F1 Manager. And today it is seasons 11 to 20, so let's see who will become the GOAT in the next decade of Formula 1. Stay tuned to find out. My name is Chris, welcome back to CFRacing, and enjoy the video. Remember, if you haven't seen part 1, go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. There'll probably be a card on the screen as well right now. But let's get into season 11. And in season 11, Théo Pourchaire wins his first ever World Drivers' Championship driving for Williams as he takes 10 wins on the year, 408 points to finish P1. Yuki Tsunoda takes 5 wins, could not defend his title from season 10, 319 points to finish P2. Mick Schumacher took 3 wins, 302 points to finish P3. Oscar Piastri took a win, 208 points to finish P4. Behrman 178 points to finish P5. Sargent 1 win, 177 points to finish P6. Lando Norris took a win, 125 points to finish P7. Crawford 111 points to finish P8. Liam Lawson 107 points to finish P9. And Goatee, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's last name, like what the heck, man, 95 points to finish P9. Williams win their second consecutive Constructors title, followed by Ferrari P2, Alpine P3, Haas P4, Mercedes P5, Stake P6, McLaren P7, Aston Martin P8, Red Bull dropped down to P9, and VCarb finish in dead last. In the driver transfer market, surprisingly, Lando Norris retires in 2033. I thought his career would have been a little bit longer. That moves Jack Crawford to Alpine, Hauger to Mercedes, Sanchez as a rookie goes to Aston Martin. George Russell also retires, so I guess he had enough too. That moves Isaac Hadjar to Red Bull. Amai, a rookie, goes to VCarb. Zhou retires actually, and Toslov, the guy looks like Lance Stroll, I believe, he goes to McLaren as a rookie. And heading into 2034, there's a regulation change to the side pod and chassis department. Season 12, 2034 was Zane Maloney's first World Drivers' Championship. So he takes 9 wins on the year, 356 points to finish P1, and Red Bull had a huge resurgence this year. Tsunoda took 2 wins, 275 points to finish P2. Théo Pourchaire took 4 wins, 255 points to finish P3. Jack Doohan took a win, 242 points to finish P4. Oscar Piastri also took a win, 229 points to finish a P5. Hadjar took 3 wins in that Red Bull but finished P6. He got smacked by Zane Maloney. He finished in 6th with 202 points. Toslov, I spelled his name right this time, finished P7, 189 points to finish P7. Hauger took a win, 139 points to finish P8. Behrman took his first win, I believe, 125 points to finish P9, and he won that race in a Haas, by the way. And Jack Crawford took 113 points to finish P10. Red Bull win their 7th Constructors title of this 20-year simulation, followed by Williams P2, McLaren P3, Alpine P4, Mercedes P5, Ferrari P6, Haas P7, Stake P8, Aston Martin P9, and VCarb stay in dead last. And in the driver transfer market, Amai, after 1 season, goes to free agency. That moves Sanchez to VCarb, but Dennis Hauger goes to Aston Martin. Jack Doohan goes to Mercedes. Richard Verschoor goes to McLaren. Deschamps, as a rookie, also goes to Aston Martin. And heading into 2035, there's a regulation change to the cooling and airflow. Season 13, 2035 was a back-to-back championship for Zane Maloney as he took 12 wins on the year and 450 points. He smacked everybody. He finished P1. Isaac Hadjar took 2 wins, 261 points to finish P2. Piastri took a win, 226 points to finish P3. Logan Sargent took 2 wins, 208 points to finish P4. Mick Schumacher took a win, 203 points to finish P5. Richard Verschoor, 2 wins, 188 points to finish P6. Toslov took a win, 174 points to finish P7. Ayumu Awasa took 2 wins, 173 points to finish P8. Crawford took 166 points to finish P9, and Théo Pourchaire took 133 points to finish P10. Red Bull win their 8th Constructors title of the simulation, followed by Ferrari P2, Alpine P3, McLaren P4, Stake P5, Williams P6, Mercedes P7, Haas P8, Aston Martin P9, and VCarb stay in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Oscar Piastri, as a 4-time champion of the world, decides to retire from Formula 1. That moves Richard Verschoor to Alpine, Mick Schumacher goes to McLaren, Théo Pourchaire goes to Ferrari, Goatee, I love saying his name, goes to Williams. That's probably like Gothi or something. Baptista, as a rookie, goes to Haas. Yuki Tsunoda also retires. That moves Montoya to Williams. And Stein, as a rookie, goes to Audi. These guys all come from F2. Liam Lawson also retires as well. That moves Jansen, as a rookie, going to Mercedes. And heading into 2036, there is a regulation change to literally everything. Season 14, 2036 was a back-to-back-to-back championship for Zane Maloney as he's dominating F1 right now as he took 14 wins on the year, 548 points to finish P1. And Isaac Hadjar took the other 9 wins. He took 9 wins, 519 points to finish P2. Yes, Red Bull won every single race. Crawford took 286 points to finish P3. Teo Pourchaire took 235 points to finish P4. Verschoor took 192 points to finish P5. Sargent 141 points to finish P6. Jack Doohan and Toslov took 112 points each. Doohan was 7th. Toslov was 8th. Mick Schumacher took 104 points to finish P9. And Ollie Behrman 102 points to finish P10. Obviously, Red Bull won the title because they won every race, followed by Alpine P2. That was also Red Bull's 9th Constructors title. Ferrari finished 3rd, McLaren 4th, Haas 5th, Mercedes 6th, Stake P7, Williams 8th, V-Carb 9th, and Aston Martin finish in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Stein ends up as a free agent. That moves Montoya to Audi. Logan Sargent goes to Williams. Jack Crawford goes to Ferrari. Isaac Hadjar goes to Alpine. Ollie Behrman goes to Red Bull. And Gallardo, as a rookie, goes to Haas, or Gallardo, however you want to pronounce it. Goethe retires. Thank goodness I'm not to say his last name anymore. Mick Schumacher goes to Williams. O'Sullivan goes to McLaren. Deschamps goes to Ferrari. And Delgado, as a rookie, goes to Aston Martin. And heading into 2037, there's a regulation change to the side pod and chassis department. In 2037, Zane Maloney wins his 4th consecutive World Drivers' Championship as he takes 15 wins on the year, 552 points to finish P1. Ollie Behrman takes 9 wins, 468 points to finish P2. Isaac Hadjar took a win, 280 points to finish P3. Teo Pourchaire took a win, 222 points to finish P4. Toslov took 178 points to finish P5. Schumacher 147 points to finish P6. Logan Sargent 143 points to finish P7. Richard Verschoor, 136 points to finish P8. Jack Doohan took 108 points to finish P9. And Crawford took 101 points to finish P10. Red Bull win their 10th Constructors title of the simulation. Yes, they're very overpowered in the F1 Manager game. Alpine finished P2, followed by Ferrari P3, Williams P4, McLaren P5, Mercedes P6, Aston Martin P7, Stake P8, V-Carb P9, and Haas, unfortunately, finish in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Mick Schumacher retires from Formula 1. That moves Moulin as a rookie to Williams. Jack Doohan also retires from Formula 1. That moves Gallardo to Mercedes and Stein to Haas. Dennis Hauger also retires from Formula 1. That moves Baptista to Aston Martin. And Jones as a rookie also goes to Haas. And heading into 2038, there is a regulation change to the aero department. In season 16, Zane Maloney becomes a 5-time World Drivers' Champion. He's dominating as he took 14 wins on the year, 513 points to finish P1. Ollie Behrman takes 5 wins, 402 points to finish P2. Toslov actually doing pretty good. He took 2 wins, 300 points to finish P3. Hadjar took 258 points to finish P4. Teo Pourchaire took a win, 257 points to finish P5. Jack Crawford took 196 points to finish P6. Delgado took 155 points to finish P7. Verschoor 132 points to finish P8. O'Sullivan 112 points to finish P9. And Logan Sargent took 64 points to finish P10. Red Bull win their 11th, followed by Ferrari P2, McLaren P3, Alpine P4, Aston Martin P5, Williams P6, Mercedes P7, Stake P8, V-Carb P9, and Haas finish in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Richard Verschoor retires from Formula 1. That moves Toslov to Alpine. Logan Sargent still in this, by the way. He's probably the only remaining starting F1 driver if I look at this. Yes, he is. Keep it going, Logan Sargent. Gallardo goes to Williams. Sanchez goes to Mercedes. And Amai goes to V-Carb. And in heading into 2039, season 17, there's a regulation change to the cooling and airflow. And in season 17, Maloney wins his 6th consecutive World Drivers' Championship. And yes, the Zane Maloney dominance is boring, fans. He takes 8 wins, 450 points to finish P1. Ollie Behrman takes 5 wins, 340 points to finish P2. Teo Pourchaire takes 3 wins, 333 points to finish P4. Jack Crawford took 2 wins, 283 points to finish P5. Toslov took 2 wins, 279 points to finish P6. Hadjar took 2 wins, 276 points to finish P7. Delgado took 165 points to finish P8. O'Sullivan took 71 points to finish P9. He tied with Sargent, who had 71 points as well. And Baptista, 64 points to finish P10. Red Bull win their 12th of the simulation. That's insane. Followed by Ferrari P2, who haven't won a Constructors title. Alpine P3, Aston Martin P4, McLaren P5, Stake P6, Mercedes P7, Williams P8, V-Carb at P9, and Haas in dead last. In the driver transfer market, the last current and recent Formula 1 driver who's actually on the grid, Logan Sargent, surprisingly out of everybody. He retires in 2039. What a career he had. Ollie Behrman goes to McLaren to replace Sargent. Toslov goes to Red Bull, and Nakawaga, what a name, as a rookie goes to Alpine. Teo Porcher retires as well. Hadjar goes to Ferrari, and Jimenez as a rookie goes to Alpine. Amai goes to free agency, and Ruiz as a rookie goes to VCARB. And in 2039, heading into 2030, there is a regulation change to everything apparently. In season 18, 2040, Zane Maloney is a 7-time champion of the world, tying Lewis Hamilton and Michael Schumacher as he takes 11 wins, 447 points to finish P1. Toslov took 3 wins, 371 points to finish P2. Delgado took 4 wins, 301 points to finish P3. Behrman took 2 wins, 275 points to finish P4. Baptista took 2 wins, 210 points to finish P5. O'Sullivan, 189 points to finish P6. Crawford, 183 points to finish P7. Jimenez, 162 points to finish P8. Deschamps, 135 points to finish P9. And Isaac Hadjar, 103 points to finish P10. Red Bull win their 13th Constructors title of the simulation, followed by Aston Martin P2, McLaren P3, Ferrari P4, Alpine P5, VCARB up to P6, Williams P7, Haas P8, Mercedes P9, and Stake finish in dead last. In the driver transfer market, one of the GOATs, Zane Maloney, at top of his game really, decides to retire after becoming a 7-time World Drivers Champion. That moves O'Sullivan to Red Bull, but take a bow, Zane Maloney. What a career he had. Yin, as a rookie, goes to McLaren. Ollie Behrman also retires from Formula 1. That moves Jansen to McLaren, and Godoy, I don't know how to say it, as a rookie, goes to Mercedes. And heading into 2041, season 19, there's a regulation change to everything. In 2041, we have a new World Drivers Champion, and this is Delgado. He is a made-up driver from the F1 game. He takes 10 wins, 453 points to finish P1. Toslov took 8 wins, 394 points to finish P2. Crawford took a win, 352 points to finish P3. Baptista, 3 wins, 328 points to finish P4. And yes, I did take a picture of Chase Elliott because I don't know what this Delgado guy looks like. Hadjar took a win, 284 points to finish P5. O'Sullivan, 178 points to finish P6. Deschamps, 150 points to finish P7. Moulin, 142 points to finish P8. Jimenez, 117 points to finish P9. And Ruiz, 61 points to finish P10. Aston Martin take their first Constructors title of the simulation. There you go, it's not Red Bull anymore. Followed by Ferrari P2 and Red Bull P3. VCARB finished 4th, followed by Williams 5th, Alpine 6th, Haas P7, Mercedes P8, Stake P9, and McLaren finished dead last. Yikes. In the driver transfer market, Nakawaga goes to Williams and Moulin goes to Alpine. Isaac Hadjar retires from Formula 1. Pretty good career for him. Deschamps goes to Ferrari, and Tumino as a rookie goes to VCARB. And heading into season 2042, there's a regulation change to the side pod and chassis departments. And in the final season 2042, Baptista wins his first ever World Drivers Championship, and yes, that is a picture of Christopher Bell. Delgado took 5 wins, 399 points to finish P2. Moulin took 3 wins, 302 points to finish P3. Toslov took 2 wins, 289 points to finish P4. Crawford took a win, 276 points to finish P5. Jansen, 202 points to finish P6. Tumino, 131 points to finish P7. Really good rookie season from him. Jimenez, 1 win, 120 points to finish P8. Deschamps, 105 points to finish P9. And Stein, 80 points to finish P10. Aston Martin wins their second consecutive Constructors title, followed by Alpine P2, Ferrari P3, Red Bull P4, McLaren P5, VCARB P6, Haas P7, Williams P8, Mercedes P9, and Stake finish in dead last. But now, guys, I know you guys are craving to see these final stats for all 10 years of this sim and all 20 years of this sim in total. So let's take a look at those. And at the end of the 10 years of this simulation here, Zane Maloney won 7 World Drivers Championships. Delgado, Bautista, and Porcher won 1. Red Bull won 7 Constructors titles. Aston Martin had 2, and Williams actually had 1. And in terms of wins, Zane Maloney dominated. He had 83 wins. Delgado had 25. Porcher had 19. Behrman also had 19, but he never won a championship. Toslov, 18 wins. Hadjar, 16. Baptista, 10 wins. Sonoda, 7. Mick Schumacher had 4 in this 11 or 10 years here. Crawford had 4. Moulin had 3. Logan Sargent had 3 wins. Pretty good career for him. Piastri had 3 wins in the second part of the simulation. Richard Verschoor had 2. Awasa had 2. Jimenez had 2. Doohan, Gallardo, Lando Norris, and Liam Lawson all had 1 win in this half of the simulation. But if we take a look at all 20 years, this is what we have here. Red Bull won 13 Constructors titles. That's crazy. Aston Martin won 2, Alpine won 2, and Williams also won 2. Only 4 teams won a Constructors title in 20 years. That's kind of embarrassing for F1. In terms of World Drivers' Championships, Zane Maloney tied Michael Schumacher, and Lewis Hamilton with 7. Verstappen had 5. Obviously, if you include 2021 and 2022, Verstappen also a 7-time champion. Piastri had 4. Delgado, Bautista, Tsunoda, and Teo Pourchaire all had 1. But in terms of wins, Maloney had 83, Verstappen had 79, Piastri had 38, Pourchaire had 28, Delgado had 25, Behrman, the top winner without winning a championship, with 20, Leclerc had 18 wins, no championships unfortunately, Toslov had 18 wins, Hadjar had 16, Russell had 14, Tsunoda had 14, Lando Norris only won 12 times, Bautista had 10 wins, he is the lowest winning champion in this, Lance Stroll had 9 wins, Crawford had 8, Logan Sargent had 7, Mick Schumacher had 6, they had long, very nice F1 careers. Carlos Sainz had 5 wins. Alonso had 5 as well. Gasly and Ocon had 4 and 3 wins. Iwasa had 3. Vishor had 3. Jimenez, Doohan, Hauger, Albon, and Zhou all had 2 wins. And that leaves Hamilton, Gallardo, and Liam Lawson all with 1 win in 20 years. If you guys want to see another simulation like this, smash that like button. I'll probably re-upload this with the first part as one 40-minute video for you guys to watch. With that being said, thanks so much for watching. Join the Discord, links in the description down below, and I'll see you guys next time.